In today's video, 4 strategies for working with teams as an instructional coach. Hello, coaches! Welcome back to another episode of Coach Better Quick Tips. My name is Kim, and I am the CEO and founder of Eduro Learning. I am also the premium mentor for the Coach Certificate and Mentorship program and the host of the Coach Better podcast. Today's episode is a topic that is near and dear to my heart because it is a conversation that comes up all the time inside the Coach Certificate and Mentorship program and with my private mentoring clients. It's also a topic we've talked about on the Coach Better podcast. So we're talking a lot about how coaches can work effectively with teams. As an instructional coach, it can be a little bit different working with teams versus working with individuals. And today I want to talk about the ways that you can support teams effectively as an instructional coach. I'm excited to be sharing this topic with you today because registration for our next global cohort of the Coach Certificate and Mentorship program opens soon. The Coach is our academic year-long online certificate and mentorship program designed to help you coach better. The Coach will empower you to confidently apply instructional coaching strategies in any situation, from building a coaching program to having coaching conversations to being a leader in your school community. If you're curious to hear more about the Coach, head over to edurolearning.com/coach to find out more, or stick around to the end of the video and I'll tell you a little bit more about this academic year-long certificate and mentorship program. Okay, let's jump into today's episode. 4 strategies to effectively work with teams as an instructional coach. My first strategy for working effectively with teams is to do your research. Be prepared before you start these conversations. I think one really easy thing to do is review curriculum documents wherever they might be stored, virtually, physically, to get an idea of what this team is teaching, when they're teaching it, what maybe has worked in the past if teachers are doing reflective reviews on their curriculum units every time they teach them, and what they might be interested in adapting for the future. Just having a general understanding of what they're teaching, when they're teaching it, and how you might be able to support them is a really good start to not going in, completely cold. If you want to dig a little bit deeper, another part of your research could be finding out a little bit about the team dynamics. How does this team work? Are they an effective team? Are there little challenges to the team dynamics that happen on a regular basis? What are the meetings like? If you have a particular friend who's on this team or someone you know reasonably well, you might consider actually reaching out to that person and asking them a little bit about how the team works, what's been working well, what they like, what they hope, what they expect from having a coach at their meeting. So you get a little bit of an inside scoop into what you might find in that actual meeting. If you have the opportunity to do so, you could also pop into classrooms and kind of get to know the students a little bit. You might offer to take a group to lead something small within the classroom so you get a feel for each teacher and what things are like in their individual classrooms. Maybe you have an opportunity to work with these students for an extracurricular activity or a field trip. Just a way to get to know the dynamics of the teachers on the team and the students in this year level or subject area team that you're working with. My second strategy for working with teams is to attend team meetings. Of course, you can do that research and find out about the curriculum on your own independently before you actually attend team meetings, but you're probably never going to be able to know exactly what this team needs unless you're in the meeting with them. Unless it is expected that you are attending team meetings like you're officially assigned to a team or this is part of the culture of the school, it might be a good idea to reach out to the head of department or the year level leader to ask them if it's okay to attend this meeting so that you are invited and welcomed to the meeting as opposed to just kind of showing up. So it's really helpful if you can have even a mini conversation with the grade level leader or the team leader just to find out a little bit about what they might need, how you can support them, what they're expecting of you, and of course that it's okay that you're part of this conversation. When you are attending a meeting, it's really good to help clarify what your role and the purpose of you being in this meeting is for this particular time. If you're a regular part of this team, you might not need to do this step, but if you're just showing up every now and again for a team meeting, it's important for the other people in the room to know why you're there and how you're going to be part of the conversation for this day or this series of days. What is the expected outcome of your work together, and how are you going to provide value to their team meeting? Some simple strategies you can use during the meetings are, if you're the facilitator of that meeting, to have an agenda and share it in advance so people know what you're doing and when you're going to be doing it. You could also offer to be the note taker during this meeting. This actually came up in one of the coach mentoring calls earlier today, where the coachee that I was talking to is a coach in their school, and they said that they attend team level meetings and always take notes. It helps them get to know the names of the students in this year level. It helps them be a support person for the team. It's just a small little thing that this person can do during those meetings to provide value for this team. And another thing you could consider is asking teachers what they want to improve on based on how things went last year. Instead of trying to fix things that are already working really well, there's always areas where teachers feel like this could have gone better. So maybe starting with those is a good avenue into helping this team feel confident and successful in their work with you, instead of trying to adjust things that they're already really happy with. My third strategy for working with teams is to focus on data. Data can be something that teams shy away from, something that they don't tend to spend time on, something that we know is important but maybe doesn't seem super fun. So if a coach can come in and share assessment data and share strategies to help work towards growth in those areas, that's actually providing a lot of value for teams and making a topic that might be stressful or uncomfortable seem approachable and easy and maybe even fun is a great way to kind of sell your services as a coach. If you have the opportunity to actually look at that data and look at student work, so teams can do a little bit of moderation and understand how learning is looking in different classrooms across the subject area or grade level, that's a great way to start conversations among team members that might not ordinarily happen, because sometimes looking at data just doesn't become a priority in our busy day-to-day teaching lives. My fourth strategy for working with teams is to be a support, to help them understand how you can help them. So one of the ways you can do this is having a menu of options. What are the services you provide as a coach? What are the different opportunities that team members have to engage with you? What are the ways that you can support them? If you have taken time to look at their curriculum in advance or to look at some of the assessment data for this year level or subject area, you might bring some resources that really jumped out at you that you think will help them in their growth opportunities in these areas. And then, of course, if you're visiting classrooms and working with individual teachers, can you connect those teachers to each other to help them see opportunities for learning within their department or their subject area? Can you be that connection for the team that maybe they were missing because they weren't looking at it through the specific lens that you bring as an instructional coach? Okay, those were my 4 strategies to support teams as an instructional coach. They were to do your research and be prepared for the meeting, to attend team meetings, ideally on a regular basis if you can, to bring assessment data to team meetings so you can look at student work together, and to be a support for that team in a variety of different ways. Hopefully one of those ideas in there could be helpful for you in your work with teams as an instructional coach. If you try any of those strategies out, please let me know. Please share in the comments or reach out to me on social media. I'd love to hear how any of those go for you. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this topic. If you are ready to develop your coaching practice over the next academic year, please join us for the next cohort of The Coach. Wherever you are in building a coaching culture in your school, the coach will give you the strategies, skills, and tools you need to make coaching a success. Our academic year-long online course and mentorship program will empower you to confidently apply instructional coaching strategies in any situation, from building a coaching program to having coaching conversations to being a leader in your school community. Registration for our next global cohort opens on the 21st of February and closes on the 14th of March. We facilitate only one cohort each year, so we can offer individualized support for each participant. Now is your chance to be part of a global cohort of passionate and engaged learners to leverage 40 weeks of in-depth coaching content with practical challenges to build your skills and reflect on your practice for the entire academic year with a mentor. Head over to edurolearning.com/coach to find out more. Here at Eduro Learning, we provide professional learning for educators at the intersection of technology, coaching, and leadership. Our mission is to empower the relentless learner in you to embrace your inner leader and make a bigger impact in your school setting. Join our Coach Better Facebook group and connect with us on social media for more great resources at the intersection of technology, coaching, and leadership. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time.